All my money's on Phil. He's the all-time greatest. He does have a chip deficit here, but you're never going to count out Phil Ivey in any situation.
Ike Haxton with the button, the action's on him. He makes a raise. You'd expect him to keep the aggression up. Phil Ivey looks like he's reading a book, but I'm sure he's thinking so many things. Haxton with 7-6 offsuit, and Ivey with 4-5 offsuit will make the call.
This could be an interesting hand. They've got each other's straight outs.
Well, they're in the same neighbourhood. Let's see whether the flop will put them together. The flop, a 5-4 deuce flop. What a flop.
Check.
Yeah, well, that's about as action-packed as we can get with these two hands. Phil with the two pair and Isaac with the open-ended straight draw. Perfect flop for both. And they'd both be sitting there very happy here.
Well, Phil checks. Action on Ike. He fires. 265, almost half pot.
Yeah, it's exactly half pot size bet here. Could see a pretty big pot here. Phil's got to think, well, how do I get the maximum amount of chips off Isaac here? And I think the right play is just to call and let Isaac keep bluffing. But he's going to cut out a raise, and I'm not going to question Mr. Ivey.
He announces 650,000. He's going to make the raise right here. Can't imagine Ike's going anywhere, though. Oh, wow, and Ike Haxton moves all in. And Phil Ivey calls, so they get it in at the flop. You said that the pot could escalate. It certainly did, Grant.
Yeah, certainly. I can't fault either player, to be honest. There's a couple of different ways to play this hand, but once Phil raises there and Isaac's got the overcards and the open-ended draw, it's a pretty strong hand heads up, and I'm not surprised to see the chips in.
We are 2 cards away. If Phil Ivey gets beaten in this hand by Ike Haxton, he will be eliminated. The turn is a 5, though, and Phil Ivey gets a hammerlock on the hand with a full house.
And Isaac just hits his straight on the end just to rub it in.
Well, a very big double up for Phil Ivey.
2, 8.
And he's counting out his chips for the